The MIDI Man coming back at you again from Walker's Music with yet another word for today. Today we're going to be talking about abilities, gifts, talent, whatnot, and what the Lord required for us as servants. And that's all we are, servants. And we need not get heady or high-minded about this, because that's all we are, servants. And we're going to start coming. We're going to read from the Gospel according to Matthew 25th chapter, and we're going to begin reading at the 14th verse. And it reads as such: "For the kingdom of heaven is as of a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability. And straightway took he his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. And likewise he that had received 2, he also gained another 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth, and hid his Lord's money. After a long time the Lord of those servants coming and reckoning with them." In other words, he came to settle the accounts. "And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou hast delivered unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained besides them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. He also that had received the 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents besides them. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there it is, that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which had 10 talents. For unto every one that has shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that had not shall be taken away even that which he had. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth." May God add a blessing to the readers, hearers, and doers of his holy word. Oh, my. We see here something very, very dangerous, and something that all of us at one time or another been guilty of. I know I have. Jesus used this parable, and talking about the talent. A talent is the weight of about 125 pounds. They used to weigh it in ancient days, and that's where you weigh gold and silver and talent. So in this particular case, Jesus was talking about money. And the servant master was going on a long journey. He entrusted them with his goods and money. And he gave each one of them according to their ability. You know, that's a very, very key thing there. He did not give them according to how he liked them. He did not give them according to how pretty they thought they were. He gave them according to their ability. That's what he entrusted them with. He gave one 5 because he felt that one had the ability to deal with 5. He gave the other one 2 because he felt that he had the ability to deal with 2. And to that one, he gave 1 because he felt like, well, you know, quote unquote, that he wasn't going to do nothing no way. So that how come he didn't leave him but 1? Suppose that he had gave him the 5. Well, he'd have been messed up on his return. You see, people, we always want great, but we won't use little. Amen. We want big ministries. We want to be. We want to be T.D. Jakes, but we don't want to do what T.D. Jakes had to do to get where T.D. Jakes is today. There's behind every glory, there's a story. So we see that when this master came back and was reckoning and made reconciliation with his servant, the one that had the 5 talents of money, he went out and did something with it and gained 5 more. The man said, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy. He said, you were faithful over a few, I'm gonna make you faithful over, I'm gonna make you rule over much. The same he said to the one that had the 2. He went and gained 2 more. But the one that had the 1, let's look at that one. Let's look at that servant. He started making excuses and was fearful. Telling, Lord, I know you was a hard man. He said, well, if you do that, at least you should have put my money in the bank and let it draw some interest. But you went and hid it. It ain't did nothing. But the same thing I gave to you is the same thing you giving back to me. That's the way God's going to deal with us, folks. When it come time to reckon with us with our gifts and our talents, not necessarily money, but that too. But it's what you doing with what God. See, we got people that got some good, I should say, great ability to do certain things. But they don't want to do that. They want to do what somebody else do. Instead of using what God has given you, you won't use what God has given you. You want to do what I do. Well, because I can't be the lead singer, I ain't going to sing it all. Come on, people. You know how to play a great guitar, but because you don't know how to play the keyboard, you won't play the guitar. You are a great drummer, but because you don't want to, you want to blow the piccolo. Everybody wants to do something that their gifts and talent don't lead them to do. If you cannot do anything but say boom, shakalaka, laka, boom, you ought to do that better than anybody. If that's your gift, do it better than anybody. And it'll be just as important as somebody over there playing the keyboard or playing the violin or whatever it might be. God gives us all our, God gave everybody their gifts and talent to use to make and to be whatever they want to be and to become great in whatever it is. You can be just as good or great as anybody else if you just use what God has given you. Stop trying to worry about what he gave me or somebody else and use what he gave you. And because of the fact that because you can't sing like Whitney Houston, you don't want to sing at all. Well, everybody wasn't put here to sing like Whitney Houston. There's not but one Whitney Houston on the planet. One CeCe Winans, one Patti LaBelle, one Gladys Knight. Use what God has given you. And if we don't use what God has given us, we're going to be just like that slothful servant. He called him a slothful. You slothful. You good for nothing. Take it away from it and give it to the one that got the 10. Because you refuse to use what God has given you in the light of looking at what he's given somebody else. People, we better stop it. Time out for the mess. Time out. Let's get on board with the wagon. Get and ride the train. And we'll all get there. And we'll make it take all the instruments to make the symphony. This is me, man, saying peace and goodbye.